Hi guys, my name is Anna and I'm into the binary options trading. That's a little bit windy because I'm in Dubai Resort and I'm at the Lamborghini. So guys, if you want to know more, if you want to get more results, profits, knowledges, you can just proceed to my Telegram link, to my Telegram channel where I post 12 signals per day and you can use it and get the same.
Gave us that, that impression that it's actually going to be the hill. Look at this one. We are just somewhere in the upper part of its own chart of the CCI. Hi guys, here is Miana. It's my favorite place to be. You're gonna be still just right there. You may see some updates from the platform today, but we're not gonna get into that trap. We gotta be working today, thinking with our own minds, because nobody and nothing can replace us. Let's go get some profits. So we're getting started, and I just want to mention we're going to be using 1 minute interval 367, and you may see some new button that we have with like AI trading or something like that, but we're not going to use that because this is actually AI trading is trying to replace me or what. So I am not here for that. We're gonna be using and choosing and getting all the setups manually, and I will stick to it, and maybe, but I'm gonna be pretty sure about all these new features. I might use it, but by now nothing is changing. I'm just scared that I'm gonna be making all of that, but I'm just making as my habit and clicking the buttons, and that's going to be accidentally just click set AI trading. No, we're not going to be using that. And while I've been talking, and it's actually sunny and hot in my office because this is the sunny side, I am done with these envelopes, Aroon and CCI. So we're going to be still using our brains and get our profits. Okay, that's the first one that we're going to be having. I think it's going to be the peak situation quite soon, and we're going to go to the downward trend. So we're going to sell. This is going to be the highest price, and we're going to sell before actually we start to go downward and downward. So the perfect point, let's see. And I must say that was the easy one. Even without any indicator, you can see that the CCI were actually the highest part, and the Aroon lines, they actually got the crossing before, and maybe it wasn't so informative right there, but this and envelopes and chart, maybe not envelopes, okay, chart plus CCI was way enough. Okay, we can see the ending of it, and then we're gonna be going next. Look at this big upward trend, the biggest one. I think we're gonna get still to the upward trend. We are risking. Look at these Aroon lines. The crossing of it may actually mean that it's going to be the changing, but you can see that before we had it as a touching, and I am here risking but hoping that it's going to be still the same pattern, and we're going to be going like that, and it's still going to be the big upward trend. And you can see it with the CCI chart. The chart is not adjusting, and that's one of my favorite types of indicator. And you can see that actually these small fluctuations giving us the vibe that it's actually kind of big. How to say that? I don't know how to explain that properly, because actually that's the few candles, but the chart, the line of the CCI is already at the middle of the chart. So that means actually the all fluctuations that we will have, they're not going to be big one, because if that's going to be the drastic fall in, these two candles will be just somewhere in the upper part of its own chart of the CCI. I don't know, I tried to explain that, and I think I was just right in time, because that started to be, look at that, that started to be smaller. I think I'm not gonna be sticking to this one. Ooh, look at this, envelopes, it's kind of different right there. That's beautiful. Okay, it's fine. Look at this one. I think we're gonna get downward. I know that CCI also right here at the middle, but I think We gotta get downward because we are already started to get more downward, and to go with the upward trend, look at the envelopes, it's gonna be the risk. I think we're gonna get downward. Look at this one. The Aroon lines got closer. Now it's gonna be crossing. And that was also the sign. But actually, I must say, here in the middle, when we were making this bat, it wasn't that beautifully visible. But anyway, I think envelopes right there gave us that, that impression that it's actually gonna be the heel. We went actually to the bottom. Look at this one. Envelopes got crazy. I'm not gonna stick that. Look at this one. We are, the fluctuations are enormously. So the tendency actually is kind of big. Our lines are distant, and I think we're gonna get lower. We still have some space for that. How about the CCI? Look at that. It is not like at the lowest point. It is not at the bottom. So we still have space to go more and more downward. But once again, I must say we don't have enough signals. But yes, the Aroon lines are not getting crossed. They're getting even wider. And that means that we may not expect the fast changing because, if the lines are getting more flat, and with the Aroon line, we do not expect this kind of fast changing. And when the Aroon lines, they're getting like more sharp, and closer and touching, that of course, the more chances for that. But I wish I had MACD, that. But you never know. Actually, when you are that low for that long, anything could happen. But anyway, we just ended 300, 3,000, 3. I am trying to learn that, how to say that properly. 3,600, right? I think. Okay, take it as out. That is done. That was kind of beautiful. That was easy. That's how I like it. But I must say there was a tricky moment, so you need to be a bit more experienced if you want to use this type of strategy, because envelopes, if I'm being honest, not so safe and stable indicator. Maybe you better be changing that with the Keltner or the Don't Change channel, and it's gonna be just fine, working way better.